Professor Andy Carr is a surgeon and researcher at Oxford University. In 2012, he carried out an ambitious study. He didn't give patients fake pills. He gave them fake surgery. He had concerns about acromioplasty.
In England and Wales, we know that around 20 to 25,000 of these operations are performed every year. So it's an extremely commonly performed operation. And what concerned us was that there'd never been a proper trial looking at its effectiveness compared to other treatments.
The operation involved removing a spur of bone from the shoulder, which was thought to relieve pain. For Andy's trial, volunteers were randomly selected to receive either real surgery or a fake procedure, in which they would be cut open, but the piece of bone left intact.
What can you do now that you couldn't do before?
Andy's put me in touch with one of his brave volunteers.
This is something that I would not have been able to do prior to the surgery.
Right.
I was in pain when I was trying to move my arm, but then eventually it got so bad that I could hardly sleep.
Right, so at this point in time you were kind of prepared to try almost anything, were you?
Yes, I was, definitely.
On the day of the surgery, Carol arrived at the hospital unaware whether she'd be receiving the real operation or not.
So Carol is put to sleep. At that stage, I don't know what she's been assigned to, whether it's the real operation or the placebo. And in fact, I don't know until I'm actually operating on her. So we've got her draped up, we've put the telescope in the joint, I'm looking inside the joint, and then I am told by a member of the research team that Carol was in the placebo group. So she was not going to have the operation, and I was just simply going to look inside, make the 2 incisions that are characteristic of the operation. She then was taken round to the recovery bay and was looked after as she woke up, and she went home that day.
So you come out, but you still have no idea whether you've had real surgery or sham surgery, yeah?
No, so I had a very strong sense of having had surgery in terms of I was in a lot of pain afterwards. I had to have my arm in a sling for 4 or 5 days. And then I had some fairly minimal physiotherapy. And then just gradually, over the weeks, it got better and better.
Carol had experienced a miraculous recovery, possibly down to the experience of surgery triggering a rush of pain-killing chemicals. And she wasn't the only one.
We saw no difference between the real operation, where we remove the spur and remove soft tissue, and the placebo operation, where we simply look inside the joint. The treatment effect, the gain for the patients was exactly the same.